Kia ora koutou katoa. Hello everyone. Welcome, and thank you for watching and tuning in and listening to this video. Now I am doing the star sign of Leo for October 2019, and yes, I know it's like the 7th day in. However, it seems to be quite timely because some of last month has rolled on into this month anyway. So, and you'll understand what what the message is that's coming through for this reading anyway, this session. So. Just before I carry on, I just want to quickly go through and just remind everybody that these are general reads. So, and also for those of you that are new to listening to this type of thing, and for me, it's if you like, it's not going to suit everybody. It may not suit everybody, but generally, what happens is those who are meant to see it will end up tuning in and seeing it. So. What I'm trying to say is if it resonates, yeah, wonderful. If it doesn't resonate, that's fine. There are plenty of other people out there that do the same sort of thing as what I do, and they may have tuned into something that's more relevant to you and makes more sense to you. However, these are intuitive reads. Like I said, I'm not a tarot reader, so I don't use the tarot cards, you know, the typical or the traditional, type of tarot card. I use a variety of different, I use a variety of oracle cards, that are out there. Some of them are my own that I've been making up with the help of Spirit, and some of them are Doreen Virtue's, and I use the Sacred Web deck as well as Crystal Spirit. So, yes, and also playing cards. So today I'm going to be using, the Sacred Web ones first is what I'm shuffling at the moment, okay? So, and these are timeless, so it may mean something to you like right now. It may resonate right now, or it may be something that you're actually coming out of. So it will help make last month or a couple of months ago make sense to you now as to where you are at this moment, okay? Or and how you got there. So from before. So anyway, that's kind of a little bit of a mouthful. So, or it could be something that the message that comes through today, or messages, could be something that's in the near future and that you're coming into. So something for you to look forward to, and to help you in the near future as well, and to maneuver your way through it all. Okay, so. Anyway, we're going to get started. Without further ado, we will get moving. And like I say, I'm using these Sacred Web deck at the moment. And they have a variety of animals, birds, insects, and, nature. And they're attached. They also have a tree on it. But the words and the numbers are the one I'm more focusing on at the moment, what I'm more drawn to from Spirit, to why I'm using these cards. So, now I've shuffled this one and this deck, and when I've shuffled it, this card has fallen out. Now I'm not sure exactly what that bird that is, but anyway, it's got beautiful colours. So I'm taking notice more of the colours that are on that bird and where they're situated around on it. Okay, so, and of the fact that it's upside down is telling me that there is maybe some sort of a block or resistance to abundance. Okay, because that is the number that's on there, an abundance of many different things. So it's got the number 29 on there. For me, it feels like this month, and all last month and coming into this month, and maybe, there's something to do with relationships. So there may be a block in relationships with you, or some sort of something going on with relationships that's maybe like, for the lack of a better expression, holding you off or holding you back from moving forward in your life, and with work projects, career, or business in that sort of sense. It could be also there's the other thing of where they're talking about. Oh, let me see. Hang on a minute. They're going somewhere with that, with work projects. And okay, so there may have been a little bit of a halt. Okay, that's where they're going, because it's just like, I feel like I'm just having to stop and have a think about how I'm going to handle this. Okay, and what is the next step that I need to take. So But what Spirit is saying is, it's about you. I feel like you're nearly there because there's a 9 and there's 29. So for me, the 9 is the beginning, or is the end, or the beginning of the end, basically, or the end of the beginning of the end, at the end. It's kind of like whichever way you want to look at that. So depends on your perception of things. So 9 is about coming to an end anyway. So, and you're going into something new. That's what I mean by that, with the beginning of the end and the end of the beginning. In some ways, so you're like, it's kind of it's like, yeah, something is coming to a completion. So just put that in another word, okay, for some of you that resonate with the word completion. So something is, you've nearly completed something with some family members, or maybe a relationship, as in your partner or spouse, or children in that sort of sense. But I'm feeling, like something has completed its course for some of you, with some relationships. So it's now, in like coming into this month, October, being a 10, and with the 1, it'll go back to 1. It's like, obviously, new beginnings. Awesome. So you have come into some new beginnings. So some of you, the fact that I'm doing this now, maybe like still like, okay, I'm hearing struggling with that, in the sense that's like, because the energy changes, and sometimes it takes a little while to adapt to the energy when something is finally completed. You feel the energy moving up, don't you? But it's not the same as when it's actually done. So the emotions come in and kind of overrun it. So what Spirit is saying is like to keep not a lid on it. It's just to be mindful and aware of how far you allow your emotions to go with it, okay? And for some of you, it's about not suppressing it either. It's allowing yourself to feel it, but also being aware as how far you withdraw from society, some of you maybe, or from life, basically, from moving forward and continuation, okay? So anyway, I've turned that card around, and I've placed it down there. So, that looks like a peacock now that I look at it properly. Peahen, okay? So, and they like the beautiful colours of a poa, or an abalone. Some of you might know that the poa is an abalone. So, and that shine, how the blues and the greens show through, like sparkle, and they like glitter depending on where the light where it hits it. So it's that sort of vibrant, bright energy. So, which is interesting because it's I have the angel light crystal that I wanted to bring around me, today, and with this reading in particular, and it's all part of it is about it's about communication as well. So, and self-expression, and the fact that it's blue too helps with that. So, and helps like with speaking your truth. I like this beautiful crystal because it's for me it's obviously angel light. So it helps with attunement to not only the angels but also yourself. Attuning to energy, but and opening yourself and heightening your perception. Okay. It also provides a certain amount of protection for the environment that you are in. Even the environment in general, it just depends on what your intention is. Okay, so it may be that you want to expand the energy out, not just within like the room that you're in, or the or whether it's your workspace or your living space or whatever, your bedroom or house or section. You can just visualize that energy, feel it. I like to visualize it, feel it, and just anchor it. And like how you ground yourself, and just visualize the energy and feel it expanding out, okay, into however far you want it to go. That is to do with you, obviously, for the greater good of you, and one and all, basically. So anyway, So angel light. So maybe worth, like, if you've got a piece of angel light around you, to bring it out, zhuzh it up, or buy you a piece. It doesn't need to be a big piece like that piece. I mean, that's totally up to you, whatever resonates with you, like I say. But the other thing is, if you're not able to get a hold of any, just, what do you call it? Google it. Sorry, been a little bit distraction. There seems to be a bit of distraction going on here. So Google it, and there are some people who have got, you might put up some really beautiful images that you can maybe put on your computer screen, and just all bring up and on your phone or whatever, and just like, I was going to say feel into it, but just like let yourself feel the energy that emanates from it. You will feel it if you open yourself up to it. So, and to help, like, just bring it through your body and feel it, just so it, like, lifts your energy, clears your energy, because it is an energy clearer as well. Okay, and to help clear this part of your throat chakra as well, to open up for that creative expression. Okay, creatively expressing yourself, like verbally, with love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure. Okay, so, and it's almost like then once there's something there, then everything, like abundance in all areas of your life, will just start to look, feel, see a lot better, because your perception is starting to change about how that might look. Okay, or how that might be, and how you're wanting to project your energy further forward. Okay, that's what they're doing. So what they mean by that is like setting your intention. It's like, what do you visualize happening? Okay, and staying true to yourself. Okay, yeah. Okay. So there's also this beautiful red in this on this bird that shows up here, and also that blue down here in there, that turquoise, but there's a bit of blue there, so, and that's kind of around the throat or the mouth, so just thinking about that, being aware of that. But there's also this greeny bluey energy in there. The greeny color is there's a lot of healing energy in there. So and with blue is more for me is like and the with green is more like the nature healing for me, and the blue more symbolizes like the more spiritual healing, which is coming through for you. I feel for a lot of you is through this throat chakra, because that is what the color of that blue, or that tealy green or aqua is more centered around the throat thymus area. Okay, cool. That's awesome. So just, be mindful that there is something coming to an end in that way, of relationships, in the way it's not necessarily a divorce. For some of you it is coming, separation or divorce, and some of it is that you're, allowing people to go on their own journey, in that way, and some of it is just like, maybe someone just moving out and moving on, like children, but you're having a hard time sorting that out, and we just have to learn to let them go, and remember, just hopefully they've taken on board everything that you've said, and you've brought them up in such a way where they will take that away with them. So it's about trusting them too, as well, to as much as you can, that they're going to be mindful of that, and take care of themselves and look after themselves in every which way. So okay, so, and then, then you'll start to see, once you process that for yourself, and I do feel like, a lot of you are nearly there now, and it's come into, you've come into that now. Some of you, you're still working through that, because it's only recently just happened, so new beginnings for them as well as you, so it's kind of like there's an adjustment time, okay? And for some of you where it's just, you're right in the thick of it, of the separation or the, or the letting go sort of process, it will probably, you'll start to see, settle down by the end of the month, and going into next month. Okay. So, the next card that fell out is confrontation, and there's this, alligator in there. So, yeah, an alligator can be quite confronting. So I feel like some of you may have been behaving badly about, how and the badly. Okay, I'm just going to go with it. That's what Spirit of using, saying have been behaving badly. So, and it's like, which comes back to this part here, why it was upside down. It's about, being mindful about how you are communicating, what you are communicating, and why you are communicating. So, for some of you, it may be that you may need to, pull yourself back and have a wee think about, do I actually really need to say something right now, or am I just being, a dick, or a bitch, either way, whichever way you're going with that. So, and that could be with a divorce, with a relationship split up, separation. It could be, like something to do with family, because they're showing there be some sort of power struggle or strain in there, and also, in the sense of, trying to get a point across. Not everybody's, ready to hear that point, get, your point or anybody's point. So it's the kind of like changing the tactic, basically, of how you're going to do that, handle that. But I do feel a lot of yous, some of yous are going through a little bit of a rough time with that, and figuring out how, finding the balance. But, with these crystals here, like this one, Angel Light, you utilize it to help like clear your environment, because this is really about you and your perception as well. So the and the abundance is there because it blocks abundance, and some of these are maybe around money issues as well, or like I say, business or some sort of, financial sort of thing, that's tied up in it as well. It could be like land, I'm hearing like, it could be like trustees, a trustee thing where there's land or assets as well. So there's some sort of, there, or somebody's coming in, with that's being rude to you in that way. So it's about, if it's the opposite way around, it's like use that crystal. If it is you that's been like that, they not, showing up in a way that you don't like to show up, use that crystal. Either way, it will help you to, to clear and settle your energy. But being mindful that you we have to be mindful and aware of that and learn from that. So this is where this confrontation comes in. So a lot of the time I feel like, a lot of this is around about we got to confront ourselves, about confronting ourselves about the changes that we're going to make within ourselves. And it just, when we make that switch, when we make that, or that clicks in, that epiphany comes in, that actually, maybe I need to, or I could handle this just slightly different. So it's about owning your stuff in it and allowing them to own their stuff, and still being able to like move forward in the way that you need to move forward with looking for with the intention or of the best possible outcome. Okay. And yes, sometimes you're going to come up against confrontation with others about some of the decisions that you're going to make. So and I say going to make, for a lot of you are still going to make some decisions, and some of you have made those decisions, and you're right in the middle of it. So there's like all this conflict and confrontation. So what is just bringing yourself back to you, who you are, and what you know is a better way to handle it. So, and I totally get it. Sometimes, when we get caught up in an emotion, it's like we either don't really want to be confronted or we don't want to confront. So it's kind of, we might balk and stand back. So for some of you may need to, it's about you moving forward to say something at the same time, that's the other flip side of it as well. So it's like standing up and taking, and being in your power. It's not so much taking your power back, because you've got the power, it's there. And standing in your power and letting it, come out, allow yourself to reveal it, basically. Yay. So selenite is another one. I love selenite. It's my favorite. I can't say it's my favorite because I love them all. Every crystal that I have used, and, have had around me and enveloped its energy or drawn on its energy or asked it to share its energy with me. I love them all. So they've all helped me, and there's too many to list. They all have very beautiful energies Okay, so this one is selenite. Now, selenite is, that is another one that is a healing stone, but it also helps to unblock and or clear stagnant energy, and absorbs absorb and clear, unblock stagnant energy. So it is a really amazing healing stone as well, but not just for me as a healer to use on, but for me to use for myself as well. It works with the third eye, the crown chakra, but also the soul star chakra as well. So meaning, like that connection to the other dimensions and otherworldly energies that are out there. So, yeah, it just has this really, I don't know, when I can feel it now, and it's just like this. It almost feels like cool water, and it's like a bubble of water all around me, and just like, yeah, it's kind of interesting to explain, but I can just feel it all around. It's just beautiful. So once again, if you can't get a hold of any of it, or if you are not wanting to spend any money on it, and that's fine. Just Google it, and if especially if you can't get a hold of any money. Okay, some of you may not be able to find it for whatever reason. Could be financial, I don't know, but you can Google it. There's an option until you've actually find a piece, or are able to purchase a piece or obtain a piece. Just Google it for the meantime, and just allow yourself to feel that energy, okay, that it emanates out or shares with you. Okay, cool. So I normally draw a card lately, this day, but I don't need to because for a crystal card. So I don't need to because we've already covered that. These two crystals have popped out already. Okay, so last thing that I will do is draw a card from the Archangel deck that of Doreen Virtues, and I have shuffled these and saged them and asked them. And when I ask for to connect with any of the readings, it's always around about what does that particular star sign like for use. Obviously, what does Leo need to most need to know, and in the month of October 2019, sorry. And some guidance and around how they can get through the month, and maybe a little bit of a heads up, and just letting you know that everything is okay, and how you can best move through it. Awesome. And sometimes it's just about confirmation that actually you're not going bloody crazy. I know that feeling. So anyway, we'll just get a card out here, please, Spirit. One card. So there we go. Teaching and learning. Okay, so teaching and learning. Okay, what I'm getting at is like, all this experience. Number one is that you're teaching others, other people, and you're learning. So when I'm saying the teaching is more like you're showing others actually how your leadership skills for a lot of yous, and how you're stepping up to the plate by looking within and not always without. Okay, so you can handle this in a different way. So it's about learning how to, how to make things better rather than worse. Okay, so just having a little bit of a giggle with you there. So you'll know what I mean by that. And so, because sometimes we can poke our nose in there and we get all upset and we get all emotional and we say something, and then afterwards we thought, oh no, God, I fracked that up, didn't I? I should have just shut my mouth. So it's about like stopping that, going there, like reminding yourself that actually, I can handle this a better way, and I really want to resolve this, and with as less friction or confrontation and fallout as possible. Okay. Because it's nothing worse than like feeling like of having something dragging on and dragging on and dragging on, when we can actually find a way to switch it around for ourselves and how we entertain it, basically, the drama. Okay. Anyway, teaching and learning. So this is Archangel Zadkiel. Keep an open mind, there you go, and learn new ideas. There you go. Then teach these ideas to others, and that's what we do when we are learning new things, and as we move through life. And sometimes we just have to look at a different way of how to approach it, how to move through it. And sometimes it's really, in 9 times out of 10, or 99.99% of the time, we need to look at ourselves in how we are thinking, and what we are thinking, and actually, does it serve us any good for does it serve us any purpose for our highest good? If you have to ask that, like that. So, okay, so look at that, and this one's just fallen. I just felt like I needed to shuffle in again and take your power back. So this is Archangel Raziel, is use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. And this is all rounded up as kind of looking at these as blessings, because it's a learning, okay? And it's about you really just allowing your power to come back into you, to let it out. It's interesting. Some of it, it's like you're seeing it as coming back into you, and taking your power back. If that's the way it is, that's the way it is. So long as you've got your power, that's the main thing. And when you, and then I'm just feeling like others of you will feel your power within you. It's about just letting it out. Yay. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, you beautiful people. And okay, I just feel like I want to say something else, but anyway, yeah. Anyway, God bless you all, and love, peace, harmony, and joy, excitement, and adventure, and we'll see you again in November. Okay, bye for now.